Managing cloud applications using the c-Eclipse open source tool. c-Eclipse is a generic cloud application management framework that is open source. It has been implemented on top of the Eclipse platform. It offers graphical tools to describe cloud applications and manage their life cycle. This work was conducted in the context of the c-Eclipse project with partial support from the European Commission. In this video, we showcase the use of c-Eclipse for describing and deploying cloud applications. During the application description phase, the user creates a vendor-neutral description of the application containing its topology together with the artifacts required to realize its deployment. Such artifacts can be the application executables and binary artifacts, the deployment scripts, and the key pairs for accessing the deployment. The important metrics to be monitored by the integrated monitoring system can also be specified. In the next phase, the application submission phase, the user selects Amazon as the cloud vendor for deploying the application, and he enriches the vendor-neutral description with Amazon-specific information, such as virtual machine images and elasticity strategies. Finally, the application's description is sent for deployment to the orchestrator hosted on Amazon EC2, and the deployment status is presented in c-Eclipse. c-Eclipse can be used for describing simple applications such as a two-tier WordPress application, and more complex applications such as online gaming. The first step when describing applications in c-Eclipse is the creation of a new cloud project. Here we are gonna describe a three-tier video streaming application. The cloud project structure is automatically created. The application files can be imported to the Applications folder. The deployment reconfiguration scripts, the key pairs and the virtual machine images can also be imported to the project. The next step is the creation of a new application description file for the video streaming application. The palette is automatically generated including user files imported in the cloud project. Following is the description of a three-tier video streaming application. The application files and the deployment artifacts are specified. An example of a deployment artifact can be a bash script for configuring a Cassandra node. The key pairs specification can be used to manually access the deployed virtual machine. The application topology consists of the load balancer, the application server, the Cassandra seed and the Cassandra node. The application description can be customized for a specific cloud provider. We first select Amazon Elastic Cloud. Amazon EC2 specific information are now added to the palette. These information includes Amazon virtual machine images, Amazon's CloudWatch monitoring metrics, and scaling actions supported by the underlying platform. For each application component we specify deployment details such as, the virtual machine image, the minimum and maximum number of instances, and the desired metrics to be monitored. For the Cassandra node, we select total memory. For the Cassandra cluster, we select total CPU. The monitoring metrics section presents the selected metrics. What remains is to specify the elasticity strategies for the deployment. First, we specify the elasticity strategy for the whole application. The strategy is to minimize the cost. Then, we specify elasticity strategies for each component. For the application server we want the number of connections to be less than 40. For the Cassandra cluster we want to add a new VM when the CPU usage exceeds 80%. The graphical application description is translated on the fly into Tosca XML. Finally, we can select a provider to deploy our Elastic application. Here, we select Amazon. The status of the deployment is presented in the c-Eclipse Deployments view.